Alright, it's the number 230 of my accountability to myself, and I appreciate everyone's attention who watches this. That's actually wild. I remember it like yesterday when I said that we have 20 days left. Now we have 10 days left, and that's honestly crazy. I don't know, time passes so quickly, and sometimes it scares me because pretty often I have some kind of ambitious goals, and in order to strive for them, I neglect something minor, that in the long run brings significant results. And as a result, I waste a lot of time. But it's not the topic that I wanted to talk about today. The first thing is that I spent a lot of time today thinking. I needed to think about some things, and first and foremost, I slept only 5 hours. That's crazy how I was capable of operating throughout the whole day, sleeping only 5 hours, especially including that yesterday I slept 6 hours, the day before yesterday I slept also 6 hours, and normally I should be dying. But now, more or less, I'm good. Well, I'm that exhausted, alright? It's 10:30 p.m. But on the other hand, I could do all the stuff I needed to get done throughout the whole day, which is which surprises me a lot, honestly. But well, about my day. So I slept 5 hours. Regardless, on this time, I managed to have pretty good workout, and yeah, I spent nearly 2 hours in the gym. I did my chest and shoulders. Then I returned home. I had my breakfast, and I had like 3 hours and something before having an exam. So most of the time I just spent preparing all the stuff, going through everything that I needed, and that's it. So I couldn't actually spend those 3 hours productively because I wanted to do something, but I knew that I cannot do anything instead because I need to make sure I understand everything for my exam. And I did my best. I'm not satisfied because I know that I could spend this time better. I had like nearly 4 hours after having my breakfast, 3 hours and something, to get a lot of things done. But the only thing I did, I only prepared for my exam. I could do this in like 30 minutes, maybe 1 hour, but I spent 3 hours, so I'm not really satisfied with that. Another thing that I finally had my exam, but it's only 30% of the grades. The main exam will be, so yeah, it's like the entire grade is split into two parts. One of them was today, which will be 30%, like maximum I can obtain 30%, and another one will be 70. And I still need to study 5 chapters to be able to pass that exam, but I'm not really worried because I'm used that I'm passing all the exams. I just need to study a little, and that's it. So it will work, definitely. And we played pretty good this game, Logistics, where we needed to change all the stuff, purchasing, operations, sales, and supply chain. We had third place out of 14 teams, which is pretty good. And then we needed to answer some questions because actually this ROI, like we were on the third place, but it doesn't really matter because the thing that will be evaluated is our answers and how we respond to them once we finished playing that game. So yeah, I had that exam. I returned home. It was 7 p.m. I had my dinner, and I thought I could study a little, but I was so tired. Like, I wanted to sleep. I wanted to go to sleep at 8 p.m., but I needed to do one thing. I needed to gather all the information to send an email in order to be able to rent an apartment. You need to provide all the information, a lot of headaches. So I just needed to gather all that information, and I wanted to go to sleep, but my friend told me, oh, can we jump on a call? And I was, well, all right, because the other day we talked about a lot of things, and I'm curious, did he start changing something in his daily routine or not? And yeah, he did. And I'm glad. I hope he will keep that pace. So, but yeah, about me and nothing. Just I've done nothing today, and it discourages me a lot because it's been 4 days since I studied French, which is dreadful, honestly. But on the other hand, I have a strong desire to start this challenge studying Spanish for 90 days throughout the whole summer. And recording videos every day, well, short content videos, right? Like in TikTok or something. I think it might work. I think, yeah, it might. So, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. So we'll see, will I have enough courage to do that or not? Because I'm low-key scared to fucking post that video. But I also need, I always strive for decent, like if I actually want to start implementing that idea, I want to do this decently. So I want to be able to speak properly, not like during this video, because this video is just self-accountability. I can tell whatever I want. I can stumble in my speech, and in general I won't be re-recording video because of that. But when you are making short content video, it's crucial to understand that you need to have like, first of all, you need to have a hook that will grab attention of that person. Then you need to speak pretty fast, explaining main ideas, not just talking. Those main ideas, they should make sense. And so probably I just overcomplicate everything by myself, but I think it would make sense to be prepared when you record those videos. Also, when you're trying to find proper angle, or should I hold my phone like this, like that. I definitely overthink this, and I definitely need just to start, because imperfect action is perfect in action, always, 100 out of 100 times. And if I just start recording videos, even cringy, it's still better, because I can learn from this. I can see, oh, all right, it did not work. I can try this. Oh, all right, it looks like this, and I like that more. So I can stick to that type. So something like that. What else? I don't know. Probably that's it. But yeah, again, the Spanish, I don't know. Well, it would be really nice to be able to speak some Spanish, but again, I need to improve my English, to work on my French a lot. I would like just to keep learning a little Turkish, and if I'm gonna add Spanish on top of that, then I have 4 languages to learn, and it's only languages. I've got more stuff to do during the summer, right? So I don't know how rational it is, but again, I'm trying to rationalize this decision, and as a result, I don't take action because I rationalize this decision, which is so stupid, honestly. And well, I could then just start recording videos how I'm trying to improve my French, right? It would make more sense, but it's not that interesting because I already know some French, quite a lot, honestly, and it's not like studying from the beginning. I could try Turkish, but I'm afraid Turkish is too hard because of the pattern of that language, and in general, I don't know whether or not it's a good idea. I think Spanish would be a little more useful overall and easier, which is very important because yeah, there's huge difference between, like for me, between studying Spanish and Turkish. Spanish I can easily grab because if you speak English and French, you can understand Spanish. You can understand grammar. You can understand male female conjugations. You can the same pattern of sentences. So that's pretty convenient. Like it doesn't actually create any hurdles. I don't know, obstacles. Whereas Turkish, hell no. I do really like the way this language sounds like. For example, yabancı için Türkçe öğreniyorum. Çünkü bu dili seviyorum. Kendimi harika hissediyorum. So, I like how it sounds like. It sounds a little complex, and it's easy to pronounce. Like for me, I don't know. There's something interesting in that language. There's something interesting in every language, honestly. But yeah. So I think that's it. I think I should be going to sleep right away, honestly, because, well, it's almost 11 p.m. I want to sleep at least 8 hours this night. So, yeah. I've got my plan for tomorrow, what I'm going to be doing. And I'm supposed to start recording videos, so probably I should spend some time in the morning reflecting how should it be done, because I definitely need some reflections. All right, without being said, that's it for today. 10 days left. That's insane. It actually scares me because 10 days left, and it's been 230 days since I started recording those videos. This is unfathomable number. I mean, 230 days. I wouldn't be able to dedicate myself to anything for 200. All right, I would be able to dedicate myself to gym, to study, but I mean, it doesn't work that way. Like when you think that you need to dedicate yourself to something for 230 days, you don't even want to start because it's like too much. But then recording those videos, I realized that it's been 230 days. Wow. It's been my first year, bro. What the hell? I have like 2 years left. Well, I don't mind because I don't really want to study. I want to do something instead, honestly. Like studies, I find it as a good way to gather information, but I firmly believe that practice beats theory most of the times. Practice, like theory is something good, but you need only a little theory. Then you just need practice. It's like when studying the language. You need to understand, like you need to listen. You can spend like one day, immerse yourself in the language, listening, trying to study grammar, this and that, just to understand how it works. And then you can go and just listen, just talk to people. And it will be more profitable than if you're just studying something, especially if you're talking about speaking. Well, language probably is not as good example, but I think the idea is understandable. Hands-off experience is always very important, because what is this theory? Theory is how practice should work theoretically. And it's so hard to remember because you're trying to build in your mind this idea of how it works without understanding how it really works. So, of course, it makes sense. But if you go and do this somewhere, and then you fail, and then you go do this again, and then you fail, and then you do this again, your learning curve just scales. Alright. I'm fucking supposed to start making videos. I cannot postpone it anymore. Alright, whatever I want to say will be redundant, so I think that's it. That's the point where I can finish this video. So without being said, see you in the next one.